And hello, everybody. Welcome to number 29. Holy shit, I cannot believe that next week we'll make 30 of these.
It's been a long 30.
Yeah, it has. Unreal to think of. And that's not counting the return to live ones. God. Long time, man.
Yeah, it has. It has.
Long time, but we got a good crew. People that like to come and watch. Good people to interact with. It's worth it. I do it for the people.
And we love the thumbs down.
Yes, we do.
We love you too. We don't care. We just don't care no more.
We're a bunch of lovers. We're not haters.
That's right.
We're gonna do a little bit different today. I'm not gonna run camera, mainly because everyone's seen my ugly mug for the last 28 videos. So how is everybody doing today? We got 3 watching. I know I'm one of them. I'm watching the side chat. So while we wait to see who's gonna find their way in here, we'll get this going.
They won't find their way. I ate the breadcrumbs coming in.
Damn it. I need more KLR. Okay, Sergeant Markins. Go buy one. Hey, Markins, if you want to join, I'll send you an invite. Invite's open to anyone who wants to join. I'm not stingy. Actually, I got a video that's going to be going live tomorrow morning. So,
Can't wait.
Well, I think as I was prepping for this, I unsubscribed Cycle Cruiser a while ago, but every once in a while I go nib his channel. And apparently he's looking at power cruisers now. He wants to add that as a third bike to his garage that he'll never ride.
Something that he won't keep up. He'll just throw parts at.
He'll ride it up to its. Let's see. The one he said he was looking at was what? 6,000 miles?
Yeah.
Next major service on that would probably be what? 12?
I'm thinking 12.
12,000 miles probably. So he'd get, see, he puts about 2,000 miles in 4 years. So.
Well, you think about it, though. If he has 3 motorcycles in his garage, he's got to split that mileage up between the 3 motorcycles. So he'll probably only have around 1,000 miles a year. So you'll have like 6 years before he even has. Though he'll have like 6 years before he goes to the next major service.
And then he'll get rid of it.
Yeah. It won't be worth anything because there'll be too much dust on it. I sure hope he's putting non-ethanol fuel in that stuff. Them things.
I doubt it. So how you doing, Markins? Haven't seen a lot from you.
I'm not looking at the side chat, so I don't know what they're saying.
Sorry, this is what I'm going to do here. I'm going to go ahead and fire you the link through private message. If you want to join, you're welcome. If not, It's all good. Send a private message to YouTube, Markins. Thick as shit. He's been sick.
I think it's a government conspiracy.
It probably is.
Get all the population sick.
It probably is. It's caused a bunch of conspiracy theorists.
You know what I'm going to do? Just to fire this off. Tomorrow, whenever I see your video, I'm going to play it on my TV.
Okay, yeah, we'll get into this that early. So, I have A though. I have a the. What the hell is the A the? I'm not sure what that means, Markins, but okay. Yeah, okay. So, who's been watching the Norman
AMC.
Reedus?
Reedus.
Yeah, Norman Reedus.
It's called Riding with Norman Reedus.
The Riding of Norman Reedus, you know, the dude that pretty much took motive vlogging. I mean, cannot connect to iCloud later. Well, anyway, go for Ryder. How's it going, man? But yeah, he's pretty much motive vlogging on fucking AMC. All right, Gopher. This is what we're gonna do here.
I wonder if Gopher got a mic.
We're gonna get you in here one way or another. I'm gonna send you the private message. Remember, it takes Chrome for it to open it, and we'll see what happens, man. But yeah, Norman Reedus is pretty much motovlogging on the History Channel.
Something that many of us have done for many years is actually made it to TV.
Yeah. So actually, when me and Mike started talking about this, it was last week.
And
he brought it up, and I was thinking, you know what? You're right. And I'm trying to figure out who he was watching to get the idea.
For those of you who don't know Norman Reedus, he plays on The Walking Dead. What is his character name? Can you remember?
Daryl.
He's the dude on the motorcycle with the crossbow.
He was the hick early on.
Yep. But yeah, if we were to have a chase vehicle,
he was the hick early on.
Yep.
Who we got?
That's Gopher. But yeah,
if we
were to have a chase vehicle,
he was the hick. The video that's streaming in the background, you have to mute it. Who we got?
That's Gopher. But yeah, if we were to have a chase vehicle,
he was the hick. The video that's streaming in the background, you have to mute it. Who we got?
That's Gopher. But yeah, if we were to have a chase.
He's trying.
He's trying. That's Gopher. But yeah, if we were to have a chase.
He's trying.
What?
There you are. Maybe. Is your video looping?
Maybe stuck.
Yeah, just the live stream is going on in the background. Mute it or stop it. Because the live chat will still run. Video looping.
Maybe stuck.
Yeah, just the live stream is going on in the background. Mute it or stop it. Because the live chat will still run. Video looping. Just the live stream is going on in the background. The live chat. I think you got it.
Hello.
Hello, go first.
There you are.
Holy crapazoidal.
Holy shit, he made it.
I think I've delivered cows and sheep and puppies easier than this.
Welcome to the modern era.
No, lie. My goodness.
Once you get it set up and you figure it out, it becomes easier.
Yeah, that's what they say a lot about a lot of things. I ain't figured out a lot.
Figured out a lot.
Oh man, you got a working mic. Cool, man.
Well, I kind of got gifted a Chromebook today.
Nice.
Well, I mean, it wasn't free. I traded 2 other computers for it.
Still works.
Yeah, I mean, it didn't, it just cost me parts, so that was good. The lady was about to trash it. She came into the store, too complicated to use, and I said, no, it'll be all right. I take that back.
Chromebooks ain't that hard.
No, it's just the Chrome OS that I dislike. If it wasn't based so close to Linux, I'd throw it out myself.
Oh, the only thing you got to remember, everything's done through Google services.
Yeah, I'm one for having people carry my life.
I've got into Google so bad it's unreal. It's Father Time.
Yo.
Yes, it is.
What's going on, guys?
What's up, man?
Same old. Done with housework. KM had me busy, you can see in the background, doing some housework. Upstairs, downstairs, baseboards, closet doors, outlets, painting. What else?
You're supposed to paint when it's warm out, not cold.
I know. Well, we started when it was warm, and you know how life goes. Things just happen. So, yeah, are we done?
Well, the kitchen and hot room.
Oh, well, that's a different project, right? Wow, I'm just learning that this is all part of the same project.
No, you're never done.
I'm never. You're right. I am. I thought I had a little break, though. It doesn't sound like I do.
Surprise!
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go for a minute, man.
Like ask for something.
Yeah. She said now's the time to ask for something. Which, by the way, I just got the approval from management to buy a exhaust for my FZ09. So that's coming.
From management.
That would be KM.
Oh, okay.
You have
I'm a
to wait
worker
the
bee. I'm a worker bee. She's management.
You have to wait for the paperwork to come from management, though.
Yeah.
You can't go by word.
I didn't get the memo yet, so
You got to file it in triplicate and.
yeah. Unofficially, I got a quote and she stamped it. I think maybe she didn't stamp it. She just gave me the nod. So I gotta be on my best behavior until she rubber stamps it.
Don't just go by the nod. That could change so easily. It's unreal.
Sorry. Can you just say hi to the guy? Can you say hello? Can you show them that I raised a very well? Just say hi, Ava. 2 seconds. No, turn around. Just turn around and say hello. Just turn around and say, what's up, guys? No, show them your beautiful face. They want to see how beautiful my daughter is.
Don't embarrass her.
No, it's no sense in that.
Yeah, just give a fist pump then. There you go. There you go.
Woohoo!
You know, here, Ava's the type of person, like, she's really, really quiet, and then all you need to do is loosen her up, and then she comes out of her shell, and then it's like, you know, it's like, whoa, who's this kid? She's totally different.
It's all good, man.
Cool. So what's going on with everybody else? That's my life for the last, my knees hurt, my back hurts.
You're getting old.
I know. I hate to see it in like 10, 15 years from now. It's going to be worse. What are you going to do?
10 to 15 years from now, you'll be ready for that trike.
True.
More trikes. We need more trikes.
Yeah. Hey, who was that? Hey, Dante, that was Fast Eddie we rode with that had the Harley trike, right?
Yeah.
It was Eddie. Yep.
Oh, before I get a trike, I'll get a Meter Maid cart.
Yeah. Okay. More Meter Maid.
I'm gonna grab some wine. I always celebrate Dante's dreams with one glass of wine, or maybe two, or it might lead into three. I don't know.
How big a glass?
We don't do a normal glass. We do. I don't know. We had like this. We had one. My old manager, for real manager at work. She's really into wine. We're really into wine. So the one year for Christmas, she got me this. KM and I, she got these two glasses, but the glass could fit a whole bottle of wine. So whenever you say, I only had a glass of wine, well, I was just say I had a bottle of wine.
Yeah, that's like having one beer that's a 40.
Right, exactly. Yeah. But I like my wine. I'm in my house. There's no drinking, driving, or anything. I'm a happy, kind of guy like that. So Cam's the mean one. She gets really nasty whenever she starts drinking.
I like how she's just ignoring and working in the background.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's everybody in this family that ignores me.
Well, look what we put up with, like, every day. Come on,
Wow.
get your glass.
Wow.
You're in my way.
Whoa. Easy.
Labor management dispute.
The what?
Labor management dispute.
There it is. Yeah, I'm filing a grievance.
Yeah, I hate to see how far that's going to go in red tape. You might get choked.
I'm sure it's going to get caught up between my two daughters, my son, and KM, who are typically on the same side. And I'm on the outside looking in usually.
Well, back in my day, we used to drink out of the jug. I don't know how you're doing that.
Yeah, it's like kind of like a mason jar, a small mason jar thing.
No, I mean the jug.
We buy, right? We buy like the jug. We don't buy a normal bottle because
he's saying they swig right from the jug.
I know, I would, but like, Ava would look at me like I'm an alien, so I try to have manners.
My family's from Salt Lake, Sulphur Run, Kentucky. We'll drink out of the creek or water or whatever.
Yeah.
See, I'm more sophisticated. I'd use a long straw in the jug.
There we go. I use a straw through my helmet when I drink, and I act like I'm riding my bike but sitting at the kitchen, but that's the only time
You could just fill up one of those camel packs and take off.
Oh, God.
That would change in the middle of the ride.
Yeah.
I want a different flavor.
Hey, that's when you could use like a motorcycle with a sidecar. You and your buddy go out, he drinks them, just jump in the sidecar. There you go.
Well, oh my God, this went south real quick.
Okay, all right. I'm gonna stop and.
Oh no, it's good. It's good, man.
I'm just gonna sit here and unmute, maybe.
No, it's good, man. I don't give a shit. But
So can I take a quick poll, Dante, real quick, if you don't mind?
Go for it.
All right. So, how many people think it's too early for Christmas music?
It's too early.
It's way too early.
Shit! Wow. So am I in the minority here? Like, am I outvoted across? I'm the only one. I'm the only one that has it on.
Live in Pittsburgh.
Huh?
Yeah, come on.
Yeah, I have it on. and my family.
I think he said it's
Oh yeah. Why? What's Pittsburgh has to do with early Christmas music?
Everything's backwards in Pittsburgh.
Okay. Yeah,
Because
I'll turn it off Christmas Day, and then not even.
oh no. I mean December. Okay, I understand Christmas in December, but not like the beginning of November. I'm sorry.
Yeah. They put it on like the car radios, the stations up here. Well, Dante, you drive up here. Like, what's today's date? I wouldn't be surprised if it's on 2 channels right now. If
No,
it's not-
they won't start it till either Thanksgiving Day or Black Friday.
I thought maybe.
Then all you'll hear is Christmas music.
Yeah.
I actually listen to a channel on the radio. Normally they play light rock, but whenever it gets close to the holidays, they switch over to Christmas music.
Yeah, nonstop.
24/7.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
they've started it.
King Tree State's way too early.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I was hoping that we get somebody to say it goes by too fast and all that type of stuff, but that's kind of where I'm at. I'm like, it's gone before you know it, so I put it on earlier just to have it around the Lord.
Oh no! As far as like Christmas in concept, we shouldn't do it just all for one day or a month. We should do it year round.
We should carry the Christmas spirit in our heart all year.
That's right. So I should play Christmas music all year round too.
But again, that's not the issue. The issue is it turned Christmas is nowhere near what it's meant to be now.
Nah.
Too commercialized.
There you go.
It's like Charlie Brown, like, you know what I mean? Commercialized, Lucy in real estate type of thing. It is. But that's why I sit there, like, once, hopefully this weekend we get our Christmas crap out, if I get management approval. And then I love just, like, with Christmas music on, looking at the tree, and I watch old home movies, all that type of stuff.
You leave your Christmas crap up through Easter?
No, it's down, like, the next day.
All right.
Yeah, December 26th, like we're starting to put stuff away. Like once it's over, it's over. I guess maybe that's the other.
My mom used to leave it up till after New Year's.
Oh wow. Yeah, well, no, that's not bad.
And then after New Year's, we start taking it down.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's kind of what we do, huh? Like sort of, kind of.
Usually, I take it down on New Year's Day.
Yeah.
I leave mine up year round. That way I don't have to worry about putting them back up.
Easy. That's easy.
I'm lazy and cheap. I own a KLR.
Yeah.
No, that's just dependable.
He's been talking about putting the Christmas stuff up since November 1st. And that's why I threw out the house stuff, because I was like, oh, we can't put the Christmas stuff up till we get the house done. And he busted the house out quicker than ever.
That's what really got me on the management track. That's when I started drinking the Kool-Aid of, let's get this house done so I can get the Christmas stuff up.
Apparently, Vec P&E's with you as far as get the stuff up and make it last longer.
Yeah. Not the music, though. Is no one sharing their video, or should I shut mine off so I chew up like bandwidth?
I didn't start mine, but I can turn mine on.
Oh, yeah, it's nice to see your face, Dante. You know what I mean? Like,
you want to see this ugly mug, huh?
I wouldn't call it ugly. I'd like to see your mug. There he is. Look, there he came.
Dante.
Yeah, ugly mug.
Come on now.
Yeah.
So you got the plastic off your bike.
Yes.
How's that going?
That's as far as I made it so far.
Yeah.
I more or less took it off because I wanted to look over the wiring harness.
Mm.
And I only see the 1 point so far.
So something's still rubbing though, right? You said?
It's under the tank.
It's the tank. I've actually ran into that myself.
Hmm.
I've got a factory of cable ties holding my wire in place.
Yeah, I just got the one cable tie, and I'm trying to use the factory metal tabs to hold it down. And there's still, like I said, it's just one mark, and it was just enough to cut through just the rubber, the black rubber coating over top of the wires. So it's not through wires; it's just the outer coating.
Hi, Cave Troll.
What's up, guys?
What's up, Cave Troll?
April.
But as far as that all goes, I was debating on doing a video taking it off. I said, I
Why
did it.
not?
I did it all last year
Oh,
when I took all the shit off and was troubleshooting for the wiring.
I'd make one. You never know who runs into that same problem. You know, and it sounds kind of common.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
Those bikes are notorious for wiring harness getting chewed up.
Mm.
They go so slow, mice jump on them.
I don't know about that, but no, I only see the one spot, which I'm kind of stoked for that. Everything else looked good.
Yeah.
I need to reset a couple of my bulbs in the dash because they were flickering there at the end.
And the super analog dash. Remember that thing? We're saying what were we saying? The dash was like you were like 33K or something like that.
What's that?
We were like saying the bike's like kind of like a modem or something like that. Analog.
Oh yeah, it's like 28.8.
There it is.
It's like,
Nothing digital about it.
yeah.
Is the clock digital? Do you have a clock?
Huh?
He lost. It came off.
It came off in the last rainstorm.
Uh,
I rode home in. It didn't make it. Well, I found it. It still works, believe it or not. I did find it, but I ain't put it back on the bike yet. I want to get the lower dash. I want to get the lower and upper dash for it. There's a lot of mods I want to do. I'm just waiting to see how much disposable money I'm going to have since now I'm single.
yeah.
Woo-hoo!
Look at you. Hey, ladies. Whoop, whoop.
No. Oh my.
No. What's the whole point of being single if you go out hunting for some more problems?
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
So,
Everyone's
I don't know what you guys are really saying there.
hey, I got a lady.
That's fine. There are very few lucky people like you and Cave Troll that could actually
Wow.
find somebody to put up with you.
there you go.
Thank you. I will be joining streams every Thursday and donating large sums of money.
Hey, I resemble that.
My cousin used to do. He would date them up until getting close to Christmas, break up with them, and then pick them back up after Valentine's Day.
And
Oh,
they would go for that, huh? Would they go for that year after year, or just
Yeah, pretty much.
Wow.
Or he would just move on to another one.
Yeah.
Are those Ohio girls, PA girls, or Kentucky girls?
A
Not
mix.
North Carolina girls.
Well, there we go.
Carolina. Let's see.
So I don't think you guys was here and we started talking about Norman Reedus. Who else is watching that?
What is it?
Riding with Norman Reedus.
No, I've seen the commercials. I have not watched it though. Is it good?
It's fucking motovlogging on TV, dude.
Oh, really?
All it is. Actually, my
Wow.
wife watched the first episode, and she said, "You've been doing that since 2010."
So like I was saying earlier, I was wondering who he watched before he approached AMC about, hey, I got this idea of.
Yeah, right.
It's never been done before.
How much do you think he's getting paid for that stuff? Does he have a YouTube channel?
Yeah, but he ain't touched it in like 3 years. And it was nothing. It had nothing to do with what he's doing now.
Oh, gotcha. God bless you. I wonder if that's a part of his, God bless you, his terms that he can't have a channel, maybe.
Probably. It's probably no compete clause.
Because I would imagine now with that TV show, like he'd get some good traffic through his channel.
Oh, I'm sure he's got like a no compete clause.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's he I don't know, man. Like I said, the only difference is he's not wearing the GoPro. He's got a film crew following him.
Yeah.
He's not wearing- he rides a Triumph Tiger XC800.
There's some endorsements.
Yeah,
He-
for real.
He wears an Arai. I can't remember the series of helmet, but it's an adventure helmet.
Yeah, he's probably got all kinds of sponsors, or well, they do, or some kind of agreement.
Oh, that's why he's riding a Triumph, dude. It's like, well, fuck yeah.
Mm-hmm. He's got a life discount on Triumphs.
So that Polaroid is going to be a good friend.
Mm-hmm.
It's like
Watch it, 'cause
you know, the funny thing is, these people, like their name people, it's on YouTube. They have to just come on TV and they're watching it like, you son of a bitch.
Yeah. They're like, what the hell?
They got to be going, you son of a bitch.
Yeah. Yeah,
Especially like, who's some of the big name ones? Like Chase on Two Wheels and Do It with Dan and that.
Mm-hmm.
Like Chase on Two Wheels, he actually had an agreement with Triumph where they were letting him borrow bikes.
Wow.
And now all of a sudden he's not.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think it's because they're to Norman. Because that was about, let's see here. I think it was about like 6 months ago. He had to turn back in his street triple that he had on loan for him, and he didn't have it near as long as he had the Daytona.
Yeah.
And now all of a sudden you have him, and he's riding a Triumph Tiger.
Maybe Chase couldn't stay squeaky clean long enough.
Maybe.
Yeah, but he's not done nothing bad though.
Yeah, I haven't seen him do anything bad, but you never know what the pipeline brings, you know.
Yeah.
That's what I was trying to ask you.
Yeah. I don't know. Either that or they didn't like the fact that he was starting to wheelie it. That might have been part of it.
Yeah, you can't be a hooligan.
Yeah. I wonder if they gave it to somebody else though. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Oh no, he probably put about 5. The only thing they could do is they could sell it as a demo. They wouldn't.
no, I mean, like, you know, like they gave him one, or did they find another moto vlogger to try to, you know?
I haven't heard no one talk about it though. As far as
Just get me like the Fuji one.
Okay, that's what I was
Can you get me either?
because the Daytona he had the Daytona for almost a full year before they said, hey, how don't you just buy it off us?
At a discount. It's used now. So.
Yeah, and then they offered him the Street Triple, and then he had that for about like 4 to 6 months or something like that, and then all of a sudden they called it back. Then they called it back on him. They called for it back because he did a whole video about it. Like, oh, I didn't think they'd want back this soon. Yeah, they promised you that you're busting wheelies, or they found someone new.
If you had it for 6 months, that's not soon.
Well, like I said, the Daytona, he had it for almost a year before they decided to say, hey, why don't you just buy it off us? I do know he treated the Daytona a lot different than he treated the Street Triple.
What, he read it a little bit more aggressively?
The Street Triple, yeah, he rode it a little more.
Like
Like I said, he was popping wheelies on it.
And the film makes sense of Tuesday, don't we?
Hell, I'd be happy with a sponsorship from Easy Go or Mobility Scooter.
I want to waste it. Just really.
Oh, hell, I'm not picky. I'll take CSC. I'll take a Chinese company. I'll do CSC.
Yeah.
I'll take somebody from a toilet paper company. Anybody.
I emailed them once. I emailed CSC trying to get them to send me a donor, and they wouldn't do it. I said, come on, I'll give you some good press if it's worth a shit.
Yeah, they make a lot of those interesting Chinese trikes, man. I see those all the time.
I wanted the RX3 that they make.
Yeah.
I wanted to compare that to the KLR, and I told them that too. I said, if you guys want an endorsement, if it's worth a shit, I said, send it to me for a month. If I feel I can make you any good, I'll keep it. If not, you guys can have it back. And they
Hey,
wouldn't.
go for it. Do you follow Musty One?
Yeah. I'm pretty busy during the day, so I don't follow everybody. But yeah, I've seen a lot of his stuff, a lot of his Volkswagen, a lot of his trikes, a lot of his Cushman stuff.
Yeah, I'm really into watching him put that meter maid Cushman back together.
Oh yeah, I mean I dig that. I mean he got it started. It'd been setting for so many years, and he got it started within one day.
Yeah, I actually followed that Cushman back. Harvey Spooner had that.
Yeah.
And I was hoping Harvey would get that thing running, and here he gave up on it and passed it on to Musty. And I'm waiting to see that thing go down the road.
Yeah, one of my biggest regrets is getting rid of. I had a '63 big panel Cushman. It had the heater up front and the three-wheeler, but it had sat out on the farm for so many years, and they shot it used for target practice and shot so many deer slugs through it. There wasn't much left of it for me to fix.
That's not cool. That's not cool at all.
So I know. So I've still got all of my Cushman A bodies, which are the Cushman scooters, and I keep wanting to build a sidecar to put on it. But I got one of them running and one of them for parts. And if I live much longer, I might actually get to finish one.
That'd be cool. I mean, I've seen pictures of your trike. I like your Volkswagen trike.
Oh yeah, yeah. But when I lay down under it, if I've got to get up to get tools once or twice, I'm pretty much done for a week. So usually I like laying under it and having people hand me stuff.
Go for this, go for that.
Yeah.
Actually, there was right at the end of my block, there used to be a family that had a Volkswagen trike. Everything but the motor was on there. And right before they moved out, they got a Volkswagen with a good engine they brought in. And then they ended up getting evicted because, the house was condemned. And they ended up junking both of them. Yeah,
sounds like my people. We got garages and yards full of car parts, and our house is crap. Yeah, one of the best engines to get would be from Moco. I think they're in Wisconsin. And you can get fully replacement turnkey engines for less than $4,000, but there's a 12 to 18 months waiting period for them. But they're the best engines.
He was pulling it out of a bug.
Well, yeah, but I mean, I've got plenty of them sitting out here that I've dry docked. So I've got 1,800, 1,600, 1,800, 2,100 cc's, but they've been dry docked. But they've been dry docked for 10, 15 years. So a turnkey model to get it back running again, I'd have so much into it. I could get a turnkey for $4,000 and get a warranty for a year and a half on it. And I can have them custom made. I can have the hydraulic lifters put in and the electronic ignition. So, I don't have to be adjusting the valves every other week.
Yeah. I remember I had an aunt that had a Volkswagen Bug, and she was having my father adjust the valves every time he turned around.
Oh, yeah. I mean, when we were riding, all my sandrails and the other trikes and stuff that I've had in the past, every Friday night after work, I did adjustments. And then Sunday afternoon, we did it again because we'd be riding from Friday to Sunday.
Mm-hmm. I figured I'd ask you, see if you followed him and you've seen him doing that Cushman.
Oh yeah, I got quite a few guys that I look at for either small cars or any of the air cooled or 2-cycle cars.
So yours ain't running right now.
The Flossie trike, right now I've got all the clutch cables down. I had to move the seat and make the seat. I had to raise the seat 4 inches, and I had to move all of the controls forward 4 inches because it was actually built for a lady, and it's my knees are still up to my nostrils, but I'm making it so I can at least do it. That's to keep from cutting the frame and resectioning it and stretching it out because it was originally built for a woman.
Okay.
Okay.
You know, and I'm 6 foot. I'm 6 foot even now. I used to be 6'4", but the decay of spine and stuff. I'm 6 foot now, and she was she was only like 5'8". So yeah, I've had to do a lot of modification short of sectioning and stretching the frame, and I'm moving it over to some foot and toe controls instead of hand controls because I'm losing the ability to close my hands, the grip on my hands. So I've come around that. I take and actually put Velcro on my riding gloves now and just kind of hang myself onto the bars.
Mm-hmm.
Would a gas pedal actually be worth going for you, or?
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. I put foot controls on it, so I can tow the accelerator, and then I can ball foot the ball of my foot. I can use the brake and then clutch with the other one.
Cool.
Yeah, because I did the same thing in my off-road vehicles years ago, to where you operated for the top of your foot was the accelerator, the bottom of your foot, your heel was the brake, and then you could run the clutch with the other one.
What are you going for shifting gears?
I got a Velcro knob that I put on, and I stick it to my glove. So I ride with one hand and then put the other one so I can hang on to it and shift the gears and everything. I'd like to find an automatic bus transmission and swap it all over, but they're few and far between that you can find that actually are, you know, any good, that don't need totally rebuilt.
Okay.
But I'm still hunting for one. I'm trying to get her to possibly get one by next year sometime, and we're hunting for an automatic bus transmission for her. Whose puppies?
Mine.
How many?
I've got 3 of them downstairs. They're going nuts.
All right.
They act up every time I go online.
Well, you know, it's an audience.
Yeah.
As far as if I remember right, those Volkswagen, they're pretty universal bell housing, right?
Yeah, any of the air-cooled Type 1, Type 1, Type 2, Type 3, and the Type 4. The difference with the Type 4s, like the station wagons and the notchbacks, they didn't have the fork horns that the transmission sat in. They actually hung from 2 supports on the back of the frame. So instead of being supported from two horns at the bottom, they were supported by 2 slings at the top. But all of the bolt patterns are primarily the same. Some of the difference on the earlier ones was that the flywheel is a few millimeters bigger on the newer models. So when you change over from 63 through 67, that's a smaller circumference flywheel. But you can bolt it right to a newer motor, and as soon as you start it, within a few minutes, that magnesium casing has been resized.
Mm-hmm. How big of a deal would it be to get an adapter plate and put a more modern transmission on it?
Oh, you mean put a modern transmit? Well, usually what they do is they get adapter plates and they put modern motors on the older transmissions. That's usually the way it used to go back in the day.
Oh.
But they make aftermarket transmissions, what they call 3-ribbed bus transmissions, that are the real heavy duty with the they have a lot of side thrust plates built into it, so you can do a lot of sliding sideways without doing damage. So that's an aftermarket transmission that they have. And you can have those drilled for a lot of 4-cylinder V6s, and even some of the air-cooled motorcycle motors can bolt right up to the back of the bus transmission.
I think it'd be cool to have a bus with a camper top as a bug-out vehicle with the KLR.
Yeah. I still think you guys need to get sidecars for the KLRs and keep riding them all winter.
Actually, I don't normally put my KLR away. I ride it all winter long. It wasn't for the hip surgery, my bike would be out riding.
Yeah, it'd be pretty much like a Kawasaki version of the Yule.
Yeah. Now, see, they're still making the Yules, but you can't beat those.
Those things are expensive too.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Well, the biggest thing with the Urals is you can, if you get the sidecar, you can make it a 2-wheel.
Right, they are 2-wheel rear drive.
Yeah, and the thing with the Urals, what I've heard about though is they're tanks, but getting parts because it's pretty much a Russian bike. It's an old BMW that's built by a Russian company.
Right, it's a clone.
And they've not updated at all in the.
No, it hasn't been updated since the 70s.
Yeah, like the 50 years has been made.
So it's pretty much the Russian version of a KLR.
Oh no, because Kawasaki actually did do one update. They updated the cosmetics.
Oh, they've updated the cosmetics a little bit on the Euro.
New plastic?
Yeah.
Hey, let's add more plastic and call it a Gen 2.
There you go.
Awesome.
It looks more like a Ninja.
Yeah. Well, no, because they went from a 1-bulb headlight to a 2-bulb headlight.
They changed the speedos.
Yeah. Instead of going like the little cluster, they made this big cluster that literally only gives you RPM, miles an hour, temperature. Everything else be damned.
Nah, you don't need it.
We'll give you a trip. We'll give you a trip counter because we're nice.
I thought about
all I got is a freaking speedometer.
Huh?
That's all I got is a speedometer. I don't have anything else.
Yeah, how old is your bike again?
77.
There you go.
77 shovel head, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah, see, everybody hates the shovel heads and stuff. I love it. That's my favorite year. I don't care whether AMF owned them or not for that early 70s on. I still love them, and I don't care.
Actually, the shovel heads is pretty solid. Actually, no, it's more the knuckles.
Yeah, back in my day, they used to make the shovel pans.
Yeah.
They use a pan head lower end and a shovel head lower end and a pan end top end and stuff, and that was their biggest kick. But I still love that shovel. That, to me, other than the knucklehead, there's just nothing that looks better.
I'd just be happy if I didn't have to sit there and play with the carburetor constantly.
Yeah. Adjust it while you're riding most of the time.
Is the adjustment screw easy to get to?
I mean, it's fairly easy. If I have a really long, skinny flathead screwdriver I carry with me.
Just slip on a piece of long tubing and put a cork in the end of it and let it hang.
It's probably what I need to do.
That's the way I used to adjust Volkswagens while we were out in the sand dunes. We'd be running along. I just had a long tubing where I'd reach back and I could adjust that 2-stage carburetor.
I know the throttle adjustment on our bikes, on the right-hand side, you can actually reach down underneath the tank and do it with your fingers.
Mm-hmm.
And there's actually an upgrade knob you can get for it.
I think Cave KLR. You just give up on the Harleys and buy a KLR Cave Troll.
I'll probably eventually get one.
Yeah, just don't get rid of the bike.
Oh, no.
Never.
No, you put it under glass.
Yeah, dude, keep the Harley, man.
Oh, yeah, that one's not going anywhere. That will get passed down.
Even if you keep it in the living room, I still got parts hanging on my wall that off of some of the old ones. They become more art than anything else, but at least I still got them.
Oh, yeah.
I guess if I had a good... if I had a good weekend and stuff, and all of a sudden got a flash and got healed, I could probably build 2 or 3 of them out of the parts.
Sounds like me and computers.
Oh Lord, let's not go there. I still have 4 30 by 90 9-foot tall warehouses stacked full of PC parts.
Jeez.
Back when I used to work for volunteer corporations and stuff, they would buy them by the 48 footers, by the semi truckloads, and we'd store them. And I just had a guy call me that used to buy them off of the corporation years ago. He was still hunting for Pentium 1, Pentium 2, and Pentium 3 series. And we had gotten rid of those last year.
Why was he looking for that? What the
He
hell's
collects
building?
them. You would be surprised how many guys, like all my old Macs and stuff. I mean, I have ancient Macs and a whole lot of old PCs, P60, P90s. He collects them, and he's got like 4 or 5 of each one that he has refurbished into pristine condition. Some of these guys got more money than they got anything else, let me tell you.
Some brains.
Well, they're pretty smart guys. It's just they can't tie their shoes, so they wear slip-ons.
Yeah. Velcro.
Yeah, my sister teaches guys at Boeing and NASA, Homeland Security, military, and most of the time she makes fun because they all wear slip-on shoes because
Why does it take time to tie shoes?
yeah, they can't really get low-level complication things done.
Well, crazy if that's the case. I got like 6 or 7 old PCs sitting in my back room.
All you got to do is put them on Craigslist. You'd be surprised how many guys really want some of the. Right now, they want the Pentium 2s and Pentium 3s. Anything that was pre-98 that'll run Windows 98, they want all that.
I don't know if I still have it or not. I had an old tower that was ran Windows 3.1, and I think it was I think it was his first gen Pentium.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember what it was.
Only thing I have working anymore is that 286.
Oh, it didn't work. It ain't working anymore. I cannibalized. I took it apart. But I'm pretty sure I still got the motherboard somewhere. I'm trying to remember where it is.
Yeah, I get guys that call today for the old DX processors, DXFX processors, because of the high concentration in gold that was in those. But a lot of guys will still call me because there are some ham radio operating setups that they use the motherboard and processors to do some type of calculation for their ham radios.
Jeez. So let this be a lesson. Never get rid of your old silicon.
Yeah. Well, like I said, I'm done. 30 plus, almost 30 years. I'm done messing with this stuff. I keep telling them you got about 2 more years, and all they complain about, well, who will fix our stuff for free? I said that's one of the reasons why I'm basically going to stop, because it's always who's going to help me. To hell with Don.
Yeah, that gets to be crazy, man.
Yeah, there used to be 6 of us in this organization when we started many years ago. Old disabled retired techs. We all either had cancer or bad hearts or whatever, and we started this organization. Well, they're all dead. I was the youngest one out of the whole lot. There were 6 of us, and they're all gone. I'm the last one left, and they've nearly put me in the grave. So it's about time for me to retire and just ride around.
There you go. That's right. You need to go out and jump in your Gopher or the Flossie and just head west, man.
Well, yeah, I used to be able to ride all day in the sun and then go all night, but I'm good for about an hour heading towards the car show and about an hour at the car show, and then I'm about ready to drag myself back. But really, that's all I want to do, and I just want to have fun. And that is a lot of fun for me, so that's all I really want to do.
That's all that matters.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how I can get out there and meet up with you.
Well, there's going to be a lot of shows coming up next year so they'll have the white trash and white walls, which is a big event. I mean, most people don't realize how big that is here in Fairborn, which is just north of Dayton on the other side of the Air Force Base. And that's the one where Matt Charrington came down and we spent the day together out there. And it's pretty cool, man. That would be a big one to get to.
I ain't too worried about coming out for a show. I just want to meet you in person.
Oh, that's not a problem. I mean, I'm there at the store, pretty much keeping mom company, making sure she stays out of trouble. Got to keep an eye on her because the police asked me to. And so I mean, I'm there at the store. I'm there at the store Tuesdays through Saturdays most of the time.
I'd like to meet both of you guys. So I got to work on. I don't know. I got to see if I can make the KLR livable for me to do more than 4 hours if I wanted to commit suicide.
Oh yeah, I totally understand that part. That's why I want to get the Flossie trike done if I can, because I'm almost laying down, sitting in that thing. I'm almost laying down, so that would be pretty comfortable comparatively on my spine. Then that's why I had to quit riding the bike, because it was just destroying my back. So I should be able to put 2 or 3 or more hours on the Flossie until it runs out of gas.
Well, I mean, mine ain't back pain. It's just
butt pain.
It's I mean, I didn't really have a good judge of how far I could actually go with the Airhawk pad on. But I know I've ridden it for a lot longer and not getting off. But I know I've done like 6-hour days. I mean, that's what's stopping a little bit here and there, and my butt's not like, oh my God. But that's not straight, though.
Put a couple rolls of Charmin in each pocket, and you go on.
And my biggest thing too is, I think if I put the highway pegs on, I think that'll help. And I'm gonna go one more tooth up on the front sprocket to try to get some more RPM out of it, so I'm not like pretty much at 5,500 RPM at highway speeds. And like everything else, I mean, crazy. I still have the stock windscreen. That's like I was watching Scratch Babble's thing, and he's got pretty much everything on his bike that I want to do. But I don't know if I absolutely need everything he has.
He has everything. There's only a couple of things that I don't have that he has.
Yeah. And it's funny because he's got all that stuff, and I got the one thing he doesn't have, and he said he didn't see a need for it. But But then again, I don't know. I got the one thing that most people don't do. I got the fork brace, and to me that was like life changing. But so was the bar and mirrors. That was life changing to me, which I'm pretty much the only asshole with bar and mirrors on the KLR.
Oh, eventually there'll be more.
I know, I'm just saying I'm the only asshole to put bar and mirrors on a KLR.
Yeah, one of the big things are the drawbacks to the just stock Volkswagen motor, stock Volkswagen transmission, and gear ratio is that at 65 miles an hour, that's only a 4,000 RPM max motor, 4,025. You're pretty well got that rubber band stretched flat out.
Yeah, but the Volkswagen was supposed to design to travel the Autobahn.
They were, but not here in the United States. Even though everybody thinks that they all came over, the gear ratio in the transmissions are not identical.
Okay.
You have to get what they call the high range third, fourth gear. So you have to put that in.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah, because when we raced off road, we lowered the first and second gear so that we could race off road. But when you went into third gear, it was a lot of lug until you got up, to 40, 50 mile an hour. But after that, when you're in fourth gear at 65 mile an hour, like I said, on a 4,000 max RPM motor, you'll float the point springs will float pretty easily on those. Now, if I switch it over to an '09 distributor or do the Porsche springs or electronic, I can get more RPMs out of the motor, but it's still a Volkswagen block.
Mhm.
It's the same block as the Porsche, still coming out of Wolfsburg, still the same thing, but all of your connecting rods and all of that's totally different. So you take it above 4,025 and it's going to start to rattle.
You'll start floating stuff, but you ain't gonna want to float.
Yeah, it'll get bent. That's why I would like to buy one of the aftermarket motors and go ahead and get the hydraulic valves with the already electronic ignition in it, so I don't have to worry about that. That way, I don't have to gap the valves all the time and set those every time. And I can just do regular oil change maintenance on it, and it's much better off. But I got to save pennies for that. That might take me another 20, 30 years.
Is that all?
Yeah, well, I got to plan ahead.
So how hard would it be to take like a motor out of like a Subaru to throw
They
back?
make an adapter. They make an adapter that you can put some of the Subaru water-cooled motors. The 1.3, 1.4 Subaru water-cooled motors will bolt up to the air-cooled Beetle transmissions.
Like out like the old like Justies, Subaru Justy.
Well, you remember the Subaru Brats and the Subaru wagons? That series, yeah.
Okay.
But there are companies out there that'll make adapter plates to put almost anything on that Volkswagen transmission with a minimal amount of upgrading to those transmissions. I've seen them bolt B6s with turbochargers on them. Because
it probably, in the long run, wouldn't it be cheaper to try to find a motor out of a Brat or than to get that motor from where you was talking.
Right. You can get a Subaru, you can get a whole Subaru front clip and make a mid-engine trike out of it. And that way you replace the McPherson strut towers with a cantilever setup so that you have upper and lower control arms, and that'll go right into it. And your passengers just sets right on top of the motor, and it gives you a little bit more nose weight so that the front end isn't in the air. Because with a standard Volkswagen with just the trike, if you goose it hard, you got 4 foot of air up there.
Yeah. Well, you're not worried about a passenger anyway.
No, right? That's why I got the one that I got is so I can carry a passenger now. Now there's a lot of older ladies that tend to come in that want, I'd like to ride in that thing, but the Gopher's only got one seat. Like I said, I'm old. I'm not dead, but I'm not getting married again either.
Okay. I understand. I'm picking up what you're throwing down.
Well, actually, if I pick it up, I'm not going to throw it down anymore. I'm going to make sure that it likes to ride with me first.
Oh, my God.
Trust me, if I throw it down, nobody wants it.
Set them expectations low, right?
Dude, I ain't got no expectations.
That bar's on the
Fat
floor.
girls and ugly girls need loving too.
More cushion for the bush.
I was just thinking that.
I ain't been picky since '69.
Oh, man. Wow.
I mean, I'll even make room on it for their seeing-eye dog. I don't care.
Seeing-eye dog.
I love puppies.
Put a harness that way. If nothing else, you break down, hook them up, pull you down the road.
Well, no, I'll let the dog ride. I'll hook her up.
I'll hook her up. Someone's got to pull it. It ain't me.
Oh hell no, it ain't gonna be me. If she ain't got AAA, we're in trouble.
Oh man.
And you would be surprised. No BS. You would be surprised on how many women come into that store and want to ride in that gopher. They just lose their damn minds over how cute it is. Oh, look at this. Look at it. I've said, sorry, it's only got one seat. Well, we could sit there. I don't know. We can't. Have you looked at me? We can't get in that.
That's like me. That's like me on my bike. I mean, it's got passenger pegs, but there's no way.
They're useless.
Huh?
They're useless.
Yeah. I thought about taking them off, but if I put the soft bags, I need them to strap the soft bags to.
Yeah, that's why I always liked sidecars. I really did. You get on that thing, you don't have to worry about nobody up behind you, sitting wrapped around you, squeezing you, pulling you off the bike. You put them in that sidecar, all that traction goes right to the ground. You just take off.
My wife basically grew up in a sidecar.
There you go.
See, my problem is where I park the bike, there's no way a sidecar would work.
You mean down in the basement?
Well, no, not that. Like in the summer, where that little section of I don't know if you've watched where I pull out into the yard. A sidecar wouldn't work for that. That would be something. I'd literally
get you a sign for that.
I'd literally have to take that off or put that on every time I was going to use it, and it would sit there.
Well, believe it or not, they make quick mounts. There are a lot of bikes that have quick mounts that where you flip a couple of latch downs. Once you've got it aligned, you flip off a couple of latch downs and it just pops right off.
Yeah, but then I'd have the trouble where to store the sidecar.
Yeah.
Because I just get on street parking.
Yeah. Well, just set a plant in the seat and tell them it's a planter. It's yard art.
Well,
come on, my family's from Kentucky. We got all kinds of fabulous yard art. 69 Camaros, bass boats.
I like lawn furniture. You know, the kind you pull all your living room and put out there because you don't need it no more?
Yeah, the nice padded kind.
Yeah.
I don't think my parents would go for that.
Yeah.
I want to get you a sign, Dante. This for KLR parking only. Rest will be junked. Put up there in that parking spot.
Just has parking for KLR only. All others auctioned off Mondays after 5.
Mondays. Well, no, see, I don't even park on the road though. I park by the house.
Yeah, he has a little nook right there beside the front porch.
Yeah.
That's literally where I park it because I don't park it on the street because I don't trust the people that walk by all hours of the night.
Yeah, absolutely. I totally understand that. I mean, I live behind my parents. They built me an efficiency apartment once I got hurt, so I live behind their main house in an old wood shop that they put a toilet and a kitchenette and everything. So. And I park any place in the yard that's got a dry spot.
Well, I was going to say. Well, no, because there's a bar down the road that people will walk home from. And like I said, there's nothing for like 3, 4 in the morning for people to be walking by, especially in the middle in summer.
Yeah.
And you'll get some dudes all bearded up. Like, I'm going to jump on that. Fall over.
Yeah, I can relate to that. Out here in the swamp, out in the swamp where we live and stuff, I can throw a rock from mom and dad's front yard and hit 3 strip clubs.
And like I said, in my bike, the kickstand's still stock length, so that thing sits pretty much almost upright. So it don't take much for it to get tipped over.
Wouldn't tip over with a sidecar.
Oh no, you can still tip over a sidecar.
Well, you can, but you got to be like them little trikes and stuff that I ride now. I can get them up on 2 wheels and drive it around, and people laugh their ass off at me when I'm going like through the mall and on 2 wheels on a 3-wheeler. Yeah, those little electric scooters, if it wasn't for those, I wouldn't be able to walk more than 30, 40 feet before my my spine would just give out, but they're a blast.
Yeah, my dad's got a couple of those. He bought them. He bought one actually from my mom, and she don't use it that much, but he actually uses it and goes and walks the dog with it.
Yeah, I'm a firm believer. It doesn't matter. I ain't proud. Whatever it takes to keep me getting and going where I want to go, I refuse to set and rot away. So if it takes a little electric motor shove up my butt, that's where we're going.
Oh no, he's not either. Like I said, when I went out to Arizona to get him, it was because his heart was like working like 25%. Now since he's been back and gotten healthy again, he got ran down out there because he was trying to work. Now that he's back, you think the doctor says back to 85% that he can do it once, but
yeah, that's really good, really good.
But he still uses the cart.
Yeah, as long as you're moving it, you don't necessarily have to stress yourself and walk. As long as you're moving, and you'd be surprised how much exercise that I get sitting on that little scooter doing what I do.
Mm-hmm. Hey, what's up, man? Yeah, airborne.
We are Borg.
Oh, Borg, yeah. You will assimilate.
Resistance is futile.
Father Tom's being quiet. He muted himself.
Yeah.
I grounded again.
She's cleaned up the kitchen and got stuff going, so I don't want to have the stream.
Dude, you're fine. You ain't gonna bother us.
Yeah, I just it's too much. Like I can't hear you because it cuts you out whenever she's running water and putting away dishes and stuff. Look at her shaking her head.
He's blaming you, huh, Cam?
Always.
Right now,
him again.
She's decorating, so we're good right now. But like in 2 seconds, like there'll be some stuff falling out of the cabinet, or she'll start mixing something.
Throwing stuff at you.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
My house looks like somebody came in and massacred a bunch of fairies.
Fairies?
Glitter everywhere?
Yeah.
Glitter everywhere.
Yeah. Did they do the what's they do? The slime stuff?
No, it's where my wife, she's a Christmas pusher, so she's been like making all the wreaths and stuff.
Ah, wow. Yeah, there's gotta be stuff everywhere. That's what I was gonna ask you when I was on mute, Cape Troll. Do you think you're gonna get a second bike, different bike? And did you say that you were gonna get maybe a KLR?
I mean, I'll get another bike eventually. Like, I mean, I definitely want to get some kind of dual sport just because of where I live and the amount of trails and stuff I have around here.
Yeah.
But I mean, I also want to get just a bigger cruiser.
Yeah.
I could pop in and get Matt's KLR piece by piece for you.
Yeah, Matt's not here tonight. I sent him the link.
Like that shovel head's great for just me.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, it's only a 1200 cc, so when it's me and my wife,
Struggles a little bit.
yeah,
Only a 1200 cc.
Only.
Yeah, 1200 cc back in the 70s is different than 1200 cc.
yeah, it's a big power difference.
Yeah.
Yeah, that and the motor weighs as much as his passenger. If
Yeah.
not more.
Yeah, the power to weight ratio is not ideal.
I know it's just funny where it's like it's only
But he's taken his bike off road, that Harley off road a couple times in some of the videos, and I'm like, I wonder, if you'd get another bike, what you'd get. And I was kind of thinking that you'd get like a dual sport kind of bike.
Well, actually, I mean, I do want to get a dual sport, but like I'd love to either get either a bike with a sidecar or get a sidecar attachment for the shovel head.
Mm-hmm.
Just mainly because our youngest one, he wants to ride with me, but he has cerebral palsy, so it's kind of hard for him to hold on. So we actually want to get a sidecar, that way he can go ride with me, and he can just sit in the seat.
Yeah.
Is he in a wheelchair now?
No, he's like on the better side of the spectrum. Like he can walk, but I mean not normally, but he can walk around and stuff.
Yeah,
because up on his tippy toes.
Because back in the day, we used to build a bunch of flat hack cars, the sidecars for wheelchair mounts, and we made a couple that guys that were paraplegics, they couldn't walk, and they were quads. They couldn't grasp their hands very well, but they could roll their wheelchairs right up into these flat mounts onto the sidecar and actually drive the motorcycle from the wheelchair.
Well, that's cool.
I've actually seen one up at Conneaut Lake. Guy had a bike set up that way.
I've seen a couple of videos where people's done that with trikes, where they roll up into the back of it.
Yep.
Come on.
Wine time.
We got
that jug looks like it's getting a little low.
A little bit. Just a little. Hey, don't worry. We have another one downstairs, so don't worry. We're okay.
He's got one to go, one for show and one for go.
Yeah.
Are you fermenting your own downstairs?
We should.
No, but we should. I mean, as much as wine as we drink.
Well, it's good for you. It's got a lot of antioxidants and good for your heart.
Yeah, the Keller, like that deep purple grapes, that's what I say.
Crazy. I got probably 2 or 3 bottles of wine that people give me at work, and I've not really touched them. They're probably not good now.
I think I asked you before, but you don't really drink, right?
No.
Yeah.
Crazy. I still got about a quarter bottle of Johnny Walker Red Label in there.
Yeah.
That stuff's starting to smell later. That stuff's starting to smell like pure alcohol.
That's the plus side to working at a call center. Normally, you'll at least have a few people in there that make their own.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, what happened?
I don't know. Gosh, I can't make noise.
Wow. We got some issues over here.
Yeah, put that stick down. Quit poking the bear.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened.
You're good, Cam.
Around you again.
Yeah. See, we got icing all over the table. I think I'm distracting her. I'm bad.
Mm-hmm.
She said yes.
And she said, mm-hmm. When we got in the other room.
Yeah.
Go to the other room. Yes, go to the other room.
You'll be banished.
I know. Man has been hey, the stamp's not done yet. I gotta behave.
I was just thinking that.
Yeah, right now. Hey babes, how can I help you? What can I do?
You can whip that ink to dry.
Yeah. Yep. So
Do you have a garage?
we do. Yeah.
Do you like it?
I know
Not
where this
really.
is going.
Not really. That's my next stop.
Yeah.
Hey, you got that little like office downstairs, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was hanging out down there for a while, and then I don't know. I guess I started spending too much time down there, huh? I was working down there, and then I was making videos down there. When I exercise, which is not it's not routine at all, but
And then
exercise
Cam's
down there.
don't see you anymore.
Yeah. So everything I was staying down there for like the whole day, and then it was like kind of like, holy shit, I gotta get out of the basement. And then now I have the garage is kind of, I have tires off the Z, waiting for those to come in for the knobbies. We just got the R3 back, so that's good. But I have it's like I gotta clean up, you know. It's like my shed. You start to like it's clean one time, and then you just start throwing stuff in there, and no particular rhyme or reason. Like, oh, I'll just throw it on top of here, and then the next one. Now before you know it, my shed's like, I have this big shed, but it's like there's stuff everywhere. It's not put away nice, so it's like I gotta clean it out.
Did you hear back from Mr. Motard?
No, I sent him the link. I haven't heard back from him though. Yeah, he said he was free. He said I don't know what his work hours are, but I wouldn't think he's working. He does a lot of stuff with his nephew, so it's like almost like his little brother. So I wouldn't be surprised if he's doing something with his nephew, and then maybe join after. It's getting pretty late. So, hey, as who here has been to the Tail of the Dragon, or not even necessarily Tail of the Dragon, but anywhere down there? You know, like what is it, the Skyway, Blue Skyway, or something like that, Parkway.
I mean, I live here.
So you've driven it before?
I've not on my bike, but I've had it on my car. Like the Tail of the Dragon is probably, I think it's like 2.5 hours from me.
Oh wow!
And the Snake is like 30-minute drive. I mean, that's that first video that it was me, Moto Matt, and Marshall.
Yeah.
We rode up there to the Snake, and that's like 30 minutes from our house.
Yeah, I want to go. I want to go down there, and I have forever. Like when I first started riding, which geez, I'm 16 and 45 now, and then I went to the track for a long, long time. But I've never, in all the years I've ridden, I've never been down there. And I heard the time to go is like, you know, at the end of the season, in the middle of the week, you know, not weekends, not, you know, whatever. But I had every intention of going down this year, and I still haven't made it.
Yeah, if you do it on the weekends, you'll have all the leafers out.
Yeah. Yep.
Let's see, I hate Diet Coke says my organizational skills are chaotic at best.
What is it?
He says his organizational skills are
yeah.
at best.
Yeah, no, mine's garbage.
As far as like Tail of the Dragon,
Mm-hmm.
I've not really been bored with some of the ridges around where I live yet to where I needed to go out and look for new roads.
Yeah, I just think of like a trip, you know, like to get away from even this area. Like I used to drive down to North Carolina for work, like once a month, and the drive down there is just so different. And it's, you know, it's like it's beautiful. And I even going by there, I wanted to at least once, and I still haven't. And it's been all these years, and I'm like, man. But I hear, you know, what, 200 and some turns and 11 miles or whatever it is, like that's just constant, like, you know. And you don't have to be ripping to have a good time on those roads. You know what I mean? It's nice.
If you look for, I think his channel is called Mr. Happy. He lives a little south of me. He has a sport, or he did have a Sportster. It ended up getting totaled out. But I took him up the road I grew up driving, and it's 6 miles of elevation changes, turns,
All that.
and we got about to the halfway. We got about to the halfway point. I pulled over, and he's like, God, I didn't know roads like this existed up here. I said, oh yeah,
Yeah.
and he's got video of it on his channel.
We hit 26 when I saw you that day, Dante. Whenever you're coming one way, I was coming the other with the FCO 9 and 7, and we hit 26. 26 is a really nice road. I mean, we had fun on that road. I like Route 7 too, going to New Martinsville, going through Cameron.
Yeah, but those are all actual like county highways. They're not that windy. They're all flat.
Yeah, 26 was good. That one by Cameron, that's pretty windy. I mean, that's, you know where I'm talking about? Like leaving 100.
Yeah,
that's really windy.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's up a hill and down the other side. That's a really fun road. I like that road a lot, but it's far just to hit it for, you know what I mean? Like, like I'd say 10 minutes and you're done. And you're like looking for something else to do.
If you make it down here this way next summer, next spring,
sure.
whatever, I'll take you out Fork Ridge.
What is it?
I'll take you out Fork Ridge.
Fork Ridge. Is that nice?
That's the road I grew up driving.
Oh, okay. Fork Ridge, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I think every place has roads like the Dragon or the Snake.
I mean, actually, just on Route 7, just north of Hannibal, there's a route called Cousin of the Dragon, and I've driven that road in the car before because it takes you up to, oh shoot, what's that called? And honestly, I wasn't that real impressed with it when I did it, but I mean, again, that was a long time ago.
Are you familiar with like Cheat Mountain?
I've heard of it. I've not been to it.
That's supposed to be really good. That's supposed to be like a track, but like that type of roads, like nice, clean corners, nice roads. I don't know about now, but that's what I heard.
I know the group ride I did with a Black Friday led down in Morgantown that we went up to Laurel Caverns. That was a good one.
Yeah. What routes did you hit? Do you remember?
If I looked at the map, I could tell you. I can't tell you right off.
Yeah. Have you talked to him lately? I haven't talked to him. I went from talking to him every day to like not at all.
He's just been doing the games.
I heard from him through Moto Amino like last week. He actually popped up on there. He said like one thing, and then I heard from him. I got his number. I can text. I need to text him.
Yeah, I do too. I'm bad with that. It's like before you know it, a day goes by, a week goes by, 2 weeks go by, a month, and then you're like, whoa, what the hell? Wow, I haven't talked to that guy in a while.
I mean, heck, it was like the first year I rode clear up to, what was it called? I gotta open up Google Maps so I know where I'm talking about.
Is it by Nemacolin?
No, I didn't realize where Nemacolin was. I've been there, but not on the bike.
Yeah.
Hey, Father Tom, I just put a link in the group chat on the.
Okay. Yeah, where I was going with the whole dragon thing and whatever, what would be really nice, is to even do for a weekend is to all meet up. You know what I mean? Like a bunch of people, and it goes into someone's, I forget who posted about group rides. You got to be careful. I think it was Marshall.
Yeah.
And, and like the pace you want to ride, and You know, do you want to do wheelies? Like, you know, like I could easily not do them, but like most of the time, like people are like, they either ask me or, you know, someone's like Mr. Motard, hey, I have my camera on, go by with the wheel, you know, and that's fun, but like it really is just, it's old, you know what I mean? But if you got a group of guys like us or ladies,
Thank you.
go ahead, Star. What were you gonna say?
Who, me?
But no, I don't know. I thought I heard someone talking, but it would be nice to just do like a weekend, like, you know, like I'll probably like if we didn't do something like that, I'll probably never meet any of you in my life. Dante, maybe Muslim Mike, you're down there, right? Dawn, I don't know where you are. Cave Troll's a little further south. But it would be nice. I don't know, and that's where I was thinking, like, you know, a little trip, you know, like an overnighter or something like that. I think that would be really cool. But again, you'd have to consider, you know, people, their riding styles and stuff like that. But I could easily cruise all day and do nothing, or, you know, or we want to screw around.
Well, that was kind of the thing with the Pittsburgh meetup. I mean, I more or less brought a knife to a gunfight.
What's that?
For the Pittsburgh meetup.
You on your bike?
Yeah, I brought a knife to a gunfight. What I did.
Yeah. Well, there again is like I didn't know like what we were going to be.
Oh, I knew what was going to be going on. I just and I kind of told him that before, but
the gopher would be kind of like bringing a slingshot. And I don't mean one of them made by Polaris either.
Homemade, you know, bow and arrow. But like half the time, like when Cam and I drive, like all we do is just cruise around. I mean, we don't do anything that's crazy. It's more the dialogue at that point that I capture and these types of things. But yeah, I mean, especially because she has exactly, yeah, she has a bigger bike now. She can go a little further. The Z was always a challenge because, like, yeah, I don't want to hit a highway, but at the end of the day, sometimes not that you need to, but it just makes the most sense to take this road down to the next, you know, the next nice road or whatever, or even if you're going further.
Well,
but
all that means is Kim having the bigger bike is I get yet another bike to chase down.
She doesn't drive fast like that. She doesn't drive fast.
Oh, give her time.
I'm responsible.
Yeah, she said she's responsible, unlike some people. You know, I'm working on it.
Trust me, Dante, you wouldn't be bringing up the rear if we were all together. You definitely wouldn't be bringing up the rear, brother.
The gopher would be a chase vehicle.
I think
I'd be cool, picking up scraps for miles.
Following a KLR, you might be.
But I don't know. It's just something to think about. Maybe over the winter or something. You know, it'd be nice to shoot down somewhere, meet everybody, get something to eat, even not an overnighter or whatever. I don't know.
Well, as long as nothing bad happens to me next summer.
You mean someone going into your lane?
Yeah, and then getting cited for it. But
which is coming up, by the way, right?
Oh, that hearing's not until freaking January. That's comical.
Yeah. But I mean,
it's 6 months later.
Yeah. The systems are just slow.
Yeah. But anyway, as long as I don't have to burn up more of my vacation, I could just easily do. Hey, it's up, Hootie Hoo.
Hey, Hootie Hoo.
But
yeah, I don't know. Just think about it, and if it's somewhere central, I mean, like, you know.
Well, there's a couple of things that are going to happen here once the weather gets nice again. One, I'm selling the car I got now to put towards because I need to get a reliable car. So I'm going to put my tax return and whatever I sell the car for towards another car. Now, in my mind, the way this is going to work is
I'm just irritated.
I'm going to take my time, look, try to find the best bang for buck. Because literally, I need a vehicle just for 4 months in the winter. And if I can somehow manage to, since I have no other reason to really waste any more money, if I can somehow manage to amass more money than I need to replace the car, whatever extra money I have will go towards maybe a second bike.
Ooh.
So maybe I can do a 2-for-1 deal.
Yeah.
And the second bike will definitely be more road oriented and hopefully more trip oriented.
Yeah.
So if I can find something is very trippable, I guess.
So you're going to get a Honda?
Rebel.
No. Actually, I'm probably going to end up getting like an older concourse or something.
He wants a Grom.
Grom.
I'm going to end up trying to get like an older concourse or something that's a little more, something that doesn't have like 90,000 miles on it.
How much are the ones like if you had the money and to look at some now? How much are they going for? Like something similar to what you would be looking for.
Depends on how old I'm looking.
Like $8,000, $5,000.
Oh, if I spent that kind of money, Christ, I would have no trouble finding one.
Yeah. So you're talking more like 3, 4.
Yeah, I'm talking a little bit lower now. Because like I said, I gotta try to get a car and everything else. And actually, I have about 2 more years on the money I borrowed to buy the bike I have now.
You're back.
So if like I said, there's a couple of things that have to
work out.
Then if everything happens to fall into place, which to me it never does, it either just blows up like a nuclear bomb, or life goes, ha 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 ha, you thought you had it figured out. Wrong.
Mm-hmm.
It's like they say, tell God your best laid plans and he'll laugh at you.
Just drink wine.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't fix anything, but it sure makes it easier to swallow.
You just it's not as bad as it would be.
Oh no, it's still bad. It just you wake up with a headache the day after.
Yeah, maybe. If you drink too much.
Let's see here. I've been trying to keep an eye on what things are going for right now. So right now there is an
I gotta go on mute. I'll be right back.
All right.
What happened, dude? Is it broke?
Uh-oh.
I'm a glutton for punishment. I'll just stick with the KLR. If the seat gets too uncomfortable, just drive some more nails up through to sit on.
Yeah, right now the only thing it looks like it's for sale in the local area is an 03. It's got 42,000 miles on it, and they're wanting just shy of $3,000 for it.
To be honest with you, even with the KLR, I mean, I've gotten my seat to be more like a 30, 40 mile seat. And I don't mind getting off and stretching and looking around at 30, 40 miles,
Yeah, but that's a slow way to get anywhere.
It might be slow, but whenever you get to be my age, it's nice.
You just enjoy the scenery more.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah, but
personally,
my problem is I don't half the time I only get a certain amount of time to get there. That's mainly my problem.
you're pulling a Smoking the Bandit thing.
If I had more time, then yeah, fuck. If I had all the time in the world, then yeah, I wouldn't care how long it took. Fuck, I'd ride my 4 or 5 hours, stop for the day, and go 4 or 5 more the next day. But
That's one of the reasons why whenever I travel, I carry a tent on the back end of the bike. That way I can pull over anywhere.
my biggest problem is I only have so many vacation days, and I'm trying to squeeze as much as I can. And
Yeah, well, there's your problem right there. It's time to just quit.
well, see, you need this thing called money to pay for this habit.
Well, yeah, maybe.
Oh no, you do.
You can take the days off for religious reasons. As a reverend, I'll write you a note saying that you need it for religious reasons and it needs to be paid.
Needs to be paid.
There you go.
Yes.
You guys could stop every few miles and Dante could pass the hat, and then you could go a few more miles and Dante. Trust me, my family's been handling snakes and KY for 180 years. Trust me. You can get some money. You grab you up a serpent and you say the right words, you can get you some money.
Yeah, but the problem is I'm too white and I don't know how to make a turban.
We'll put some sandals on your feet, my friend. Get you a little flute.
I think
I sent you a link earlier through Skype, man.
I think you and Muzzle Mike would make a good road crew.
No, we wouldn't. Because I'll tell you what would happen. We would take turns. We would take turns having to basically check oil. Check the oil. Check the gas, fill the oil.
Hey, I'm fixing my Earl leaks.
Well, mine don't leak. Mine just burns it.
Well, you just got to know, to the heck with the speed, just keep it below a certain level and don't burn it.
It'll be like the Volkswagens. You got to keep them up to temperature. You can't run them cold. You can't run them too hot. You got to keep them right in the middle, or she sprays oil like a gusher.
Well, see, anything over about 5.5K on the tack, the normal KLRs will start getting this weird exhaust. It's kind of bluish.
Yeah.
Mine runs rich as it is. That's like, what was it? I met up with a couple guys and rode with them, and the one dude on the Busa behind me, he goes, "My God, your bike runs rich." I said, "It does?" He goes, "Yes, it runs really rich."
Were you lubing him down?
So the more I think about that, I mean, I don't know. I mean, mine might already have the needles changed.
Probably. I told you it doesn't make sense. Why wouldn't they do that? Because so much is done to your bike. The only thing they did was they yanked off the exhaust and stuck the stock exhaust on to sell it.
Yeah, because he's like,
they can read.
Bike runs rich. I said, I don't smell it because obviously, I'm not back there, but.
No, we don't bend backwards to sniff our exhaust.
And like I said, this was coming from a guy that was on a Hayabusa that said, "God, your bike runs rich." And I told him, I said, someone advanced the timing on this. I said, maybe that's why it's rich.
I mean, what's been done to your KLR compared to mine? Mine's still stock on the motor.
I think mine's still pretty much stock, minus all the little goofy stuff they did to it.
Hello, Matt.
He's trying. He looks tired. He turned the camera off.
Did I make it?
Yep.
Yep.
Made it. Cave Troll says he wants a KLR, so yours is disappearing piece by piece.
All right, just come and take the whole thing. Somebody needs to ride it.
Somebody needs to. Oh, what the hell's wrong, man?
Too many hours.
Too many hours. Yeah, but look at that. See all the money you make, you can put towards the 2.0.
Extra oil for the KLR.
Extra oil. No, you can straighten up all the parts you bent.
Yeah. Get your headlight going straight.
Okay, I had to close out. Lagging pretty bad.
Oh my.
Yeah, I was trying to get Marshall to come over, but I think he's just on his phone right now.
He can join on his phone. As long as he has the Hangouts app, he can join.
He's muted. I don't know if he can hear us.
Oh no, he's here. He can hear us.
Father Time.
No, he can hear us. He's just.
Welcome back, buddy.
Welcome back.
He's working on KM for an exhaust he's trying to get.
Uh-huh.
He wants to make his FZ09 louder.
We'll know if it didn't go good if his videos start coming from the garage. You see a pillow and a blanket over in the corner.
That means it went good for him, and she didn't like it.
Woof.
I think a few things I'm going to try to do over the winter is I definitely want to get crash guards. And probably hand guards. Well, no, I don't need them.
Hey, Dante, I'm gonna drop.
Okay.
I'll talk to you guys soon.
All right, man. Take it easy.
Father Time.
Yeah.
Later. Thanks.
Bye.
Yep.
That answers your exhaust question.
Yep.
Oh shoot! Oh, since he dropped to win the live portion of this, as everyone knows, normally this goes afterwards. You don't have to leave. Everyone's watching. Thanks for coming. We went way longer than I really thought it'd go. Again, everyone, we had Father Tom back, Cave Troll, Go for Riders first time in here. Matt Motorman made it. Muzzle Mike. Anyone want to say anything before I end the live part?
Thanks for allowing me to come and join you.
You're always welcome, man.
Yes. See
I
y'all.
was so late. I'll just say hi and bye at the same time.
Like I said, guys, this doesn't end. So